Alright, back with Suzuki stuff. I've been working on the Raikuli snowmobile for a while now and it's on the stage that it needs more parts. But in meanwhile, let's continue with Suzuki. Yeah, so today's agenda: build a battery box from the sheet metal. Yeah, thanks for Doron who left me a comment on the previous video about the regulator rectifier. The place is not good because it's so close to the engine, and when the tank is on here, this doesn't get that much air to cool down. That's very good catch there, and I googled more information on how these regulator rectifiers work. So they convert the electricity from AC to DC, put it through for the battery, and if the battery is not taking the electricity, all the excess electricity will convert it to heat. That's why it has those fins and it's like metal block. So let's switch the place. I guess we can use the ignition module underneath here, and let's put the regulator rectifier in some other place. I guess it should be, like Doron also said, it should be underneath the battery box. I'm not super happy to put it underneath there because it will be visible when you look from the side. I don't want it to be there, so I need to figure out a place for this. Yeah, so this might go inside here, and I guess I can try to find the place for this from somewhere else, but that's actually not that bad. The original place. It's not interfering with the whole triangle here, and I can run the wires. If I put it upside down, probably pretty nice behind the frame. Or then I go to the other side and use the same cable holders which are used on the other side. Yeah, that's something I will do. It's a little bit compromise, I have to admit, but yeah, let's do that. But I don't need to do anything for it currently, because I can attach it later and cut the wires, run the wires through here and connect those. But now I know I can have this there, so I need to play the Tetris with the other parts up there, so I know if I need to weld any nuts there and stuff like that. Alright, so I guess that now it's time to take the template off and start converting that into sheet metal. Think that I will add bracket here so I can attach that into the fender mount, and we use the front side to mount it from the front side. So this is the plan. Gonna do some kind of bracket here and hole there that will be mounted at the top of the fender bracket. I need to still measure the width for this because the cardboard is flexible and I was able to get it there. It was a little bit tight, so I don't want to make this too big. I did this front flapper too, so this will rise up like this. This part there will be holes for the cables, and this will go like this. This will be mounted in tank mount points. Now would be a good time to have like sheet metal cutter, this guillotine style, but we go with what we have. So this kind of thing came out from there. And now I should be able to bend this somehow. I know that this needs a little bit thinking, because if you bend something you probably cannot bend another thing because of the earlier bends. And tools I have for the bending is basically only the vise and hammer. Oh, I actually might have the... Yep. This is another tool for bending. This is the bending thingy I bought for the sauna project. So I guess that this might be actually pretty good for this stuff also. Should I start with the vise? Let's go marking speed. Yeah, I guess it's nearly perfect. So let's continue with that successful road. By the way, you can follow me on Instagram too. I have the most recent stuff there, so you can see it basically on live whenever I'm doing stuff. Yeah, I guess that's all we can do with vise. Miami vise. Let's go and try this freaky bender. it's starting to look something. I will while down the sharp edges and try it on, I guess. By the way, the cardboard box with the taping on the frame. I did a rookie mistake on that one. I left the tape on here and it combined with the moisture here in my shed did lose this frame paint for some reason. Need to spray this again a little bit. But that's how you learn, I guess. So let's see if the box will fit. The width looks alright, but looks like it's 1 centimeter too long from the front side. Damn it. Well, the front side was a little bit improvised because of the cardboard was long enough. So let's take 1 centimeter. So I need to grind the sides off, then do the rebending for the lower parts. I don't cut anything off from here just yet because I don't know if we can use the extra stuff over there, so let's not do the work that doesn't needs to be done. I actually got another handy tool I bought when I bought the welder, so I can use this to bend the thingy. It actually bends a bit much better than with the hammer. But we need to use the hammer because we are now in some ways blacksmiths. And there is no such a thing as a blacksmith shop without bang of a hammer. Just a slight problem here I need to fill with the welder, but that is because of the width is based on the previous width for the mouth of the box. And now when I shortened it down, this will of course become too small, but we can fill those with some weld, I guess. Let's see if it fits now. Fingers crossed. Can't cross my fingers. Couple of millimeters too wide. It's a little bit wobbly, but just like myself. A little bit wobbly. Note to self. Whenever doing the electric box, make it a little bit smaller straight away so you don't need to cut it 15 times. Whoa. Hey yo, here we go. Hey yo, here we go. Alright. Now the flapper thingy, this can be actually bang chabada. I take my words back. I'm gonna draw a line here and see if that helps. Although I already have the measurements, so I can just use those. But the front side is not in correct shape. It's good, it's good. I'm gonna mark the holes and drill the holes and then do the beautifying for the front flabber. I'm gonna do all 3 holes what are covered with the electric box, so I can later decide which one I'll be using. Yup, nearly perfect, nearly perfect. Just want to do some fine tuning. Now when I'm thinking more about this, I could also create a riser for the tank in the same piece. I need to take a look of that, because it will rise the tank even more now when there's the sheet blade underneath it. It's like this where they are going. And how much I need to have this? 25 millimeters, let's call that. This is 20. I also have the 25 version, so should I put it? I would need to have holes in this. Then the tank goes at the top of this. There's the rubber on the tank. Then it bolts down to the threaded holes underneath this. I guess this can be a good idea, even though we are going to lose that one. Or then we can just create 2 pieces and leave that open. I can also get this more up here. Yeah, I can do this way a couple of these, and then it will also pump the air from the holes. That I will do. Alright, let's grind small 2.5 centimeter pieces out of this 2.5 centimeter pipe. And now we use these here. Perfect. I'm not actually gonna use this one, because this counterpiece below this has threads and it's just not gonna work. So I'm gonna cut it out and do the 2 holes to the frame and mount it from up here. So let's figure out the correct places for the bolts. Should I use some kind of a measurement here? I go 2 centimeters. And in the middle. So this is 2.5, so 2 is there, so there. Alright, so this might be obvious for somebody, but I was thinking that what size of a hole I need to drill for M6 bolt. I need to make smaller hole so I can do the threads in there. Yeah, if you don't know what's the threads for your bolt, you can just like try it with the threading tool so you can see that those threads match. And what size of a hole does this need? I guess M6 means 6 millimeters, but let's have a titta på. Yeah, it's 6 millimeters. The bolt, and I had to Google it. What size of a hole do I need to drill for it? So the Google says that if you're doing M6 hole with threads, you need to have 5 millimeter base hole or the drill size. So 5 millimeters, and then you can do the threads. I guess that we can come in some sort of conclusion that whenever you're drilling holes for the threads, go 1 millimeter smaller drill size, then you can do the threads. Not sure, but that's my common sense, I guess. I go first with smaller size drill and then switch to bigger one. I don't know what I'm doing wrong. That was the second drill bit in a short time. I guess I'm applying too much pressure for it. So let's go a little bit more careful. And it was already done. That's the pilot holes. Then we check the damage. Looks good. Then we do the tapping. There's not enough room for the thing to turn. Do I have to go with the drill? I'll be careful. I guess that went well. There is not that much thread there because the frame pipe is pretty thin, but I guess it will hold the battery box. Like so. Let's see if the bolts are gonna be able to fit in the screws. Yippee! That works. That works too. Now we have the mounting for the electric box complete. Alright, there's still actually one or two holes to create. We need the holes for the cables to come in. Yeah, I'm actually wondering that should I try to wiggle the cables in from here. Then we don't need to do any more holes and it's better that way. Because if I create holes like I was just a second ago thinking with a couple of these 27mm holes, I need to cut the harness and attach the new connectors, although I need to do that in any case, I guess. Yeah, it looks like that I might be able to twiggle all the needed cables in from between the tank risers. Now I'm thinking that is this laziness gonna bite me back in sometimes, because often it does. I still actually might be also able to get this here, and the tank might just fit there. Let's have a look. Yep. It's no-brainer, I guess. Then I also get much more space for the cable connectors inside the box. Alright, I guess it's time to weld the box together and attach the risers to the box. I'm gonna start by welding these bolts at the bottom of the thing. I'm probably gonna fast forward this and let's see how it turns out. Not gonna start welding business anytime soon. Alright, all the grinding and welding. Ta-da! My firstborn electric box. Welds are super ugly, but who cares? Who cares? There's grinder for that. I need to grind that a little bit more. But other than that, I guess it's alright. Let's go and test if it fits in the bike anymore. It did lose a little bit of its length during the welds, and these flappers weren't in the test run, so I hope that it just slides in like so and doesn't scratch anything. Way. Is this going to be able? I just go and grind a little bit off from the corner there. Alright, let's have another go. I knew that the flappers will give us some hard time, but didn't want it to do so much hard time. The The holes will match after just a small adjustment. The most important part is that it will after all fit there. Just a minor tweaking. I guess that I can... I forgot to weld the big fuckers there. Back to welding board. Ta-da! Multi-purpose box. We have here in front place for solenoid. Then we have place for blinker relay. Then we have a place for battery. The other place is for cables and stuff. This is like cables and stuff. Eikä siinä vielä kaikki. That wasn't all yet. Let's put the tank on. Like so. Watch and make wow sounds. Razor for the tank implemented. How cool is that? This was good idea, the razors, because I was a little bit worried about the rubber plastic thingies. Pesukoneen jalka. Washing machine legs, and now it's metal and it will be more sturdier. And now we have tons of space to come along there with the cables and all kinds of thingies. I need to actually align those holes a little bit better, because that was just my ugly bugly drilling. So let's put the correct place for the holes. Is the tank where it should be? Might be. Alright, I will wait for another warm day so I can continue by painting it black. Yeah, the box came out really nice. I was a little bit worried about it because I haven't done that much fabrication, but I'm pleased with the result. The side flappers came out pretty nice. I think the box is ending somewhere here, and then there is just a piece of sheet metal that makes it looks like that the box will continue behind the frame.